Well, I don't know where to start really. Where do I start? Trolls, right? There's trolls and there's trolls. Now I'll go on and like I'll troll them about their political party, have a dig at them, like you're a dickhead for supporting them. You know what I mean? You're a dickhead for supporting them. And to me that's trolling, but then you've got this evil. I hate it, I hate the word evil because it's religious and I'm not religious. Yeah. They are evil, but most of them are twisted. They're twisted. They will dig at you and come back at you and just won't leave you alone. They drive you fucking nuts. They won't give you a second's thought, you know what I mean? And they climb at your back and they just say the nastiest fucking things. And you've got groups of people and whether this is that gang trolling and I don't know, like that's like if loads of thousands of people want to say the same thing, then you follow each other and be fucking sheep. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, like, just trolls and trolls. And one of the worst trolls in this country, right? Well, the top troll, he's alright. He's alright if you got an IQ over 12, yeah, and you can get on with him, right? Now, like, basically on my Facebook, I've got 5 people blocked, yeah, because they're totally insane, right? But one of the worst trolls, one of the only trolls, fucking hell. 7-8 years back, someone trolled me, right? And he wouldn't let go, and he's such an arsehole, and he's just severely mental, and he'd nag that, grab hold of your brain and twist it around, you know what I mean? Because people get off on that, and I don't think they even get off on it, they don't even know they're doing it. That is the way of life, they think, well, the word, I can't think of the word, but they're twisted in the fucking head, right? Now some trolls have been, they get together and they are a group of trolls and they troll people all over the world. Like you've got rest in peace Facebook pages, Twitter things and all that, yeah, rest in peace, and people are paying their respect. And you get people on there who just say the most cutting things and really fuck people's heads up. And some people have committed suicide. And when I'm talking about suicide by being trolled, I'm talking about people from England who join up with people from America because they're the most neurotic. I'm not saying all Americans, but in America, the trolls there are so twisted. They grab on. Just they're so severe. But one of these trolls, his name's Malcolm Blackman, right? Yeah. I had major fucking stress with Malcolm Blackman. I've had major stress with all the trolls in this country. I still haven't blocked them. They ain't come back at me. You know where I am. But like I always say this. I troll trolls. If someone's troubling you, if they're trolling you, if they're really fucking doing your head in, you can't sleep at night, come and tell me. Yeah, it ain't just me. There'll be me and other people, and we will chase them trolls, and we will troll them till they fucking leave you alone. Yeah, and I'll do their heading more than they've done your heading. Anyway, back to Malcolm Blackman. I'm saying Malcolm Blackman, he said he's changed his name to Joe Public, but he hasn't. So that's why I'm saying Malcolm Blackman, because that's his real name. Yeah, he did not change his name by default. When you change your name by default, that's a government thing, so it's on a government site, freedom of information and all that. You don't even need that, it's there. You go and look it up. You know how to use Google. Malcolm Blackman, name change, depot, all that bollocks. It ain't about that anyway. Anyway, him and his group of trolls, there's loads, I can provide you with loads of links. Come and find me on Facebook. Right? The links are there. He's just been in court, right? There was court cases, he got found not guilty. Right, now me and you, we were guilty, we were doing like 12, 15 years in prison. But he's not. Right? He's he's involved with, did you see Witness on BBC One? Was it Witness or it's just finished? Anyway, he was involved with a lot of shit. He was involved with like they was trolling. Malcolm Blackman, I'm still on about him. I'm a bit drunk. I'm drinking pills. He's German and they're fascist. I don't care, right? But Malcolm Blackman, he trolled me so bad, right? I was so angry. I sent some. He was in Bristol at the time, so he thought I was talking bollocks. I fucking phoned someone up in Bristol I know. I told them they messaged me and said, right, I know Malcolm Blackman, I know where he lives. Yeah. I said, well, can you go around there and tell him, right? Yeah, if he fucks with me again, I'm going to come round there and knock on his front door. Yeah. And that was the last. He left me alone then, right? But then I think it was about 2-3 years later. Well, there's a lot of bollocks. There was a total lot of bollocks, and me and him, right? He was doing shit that I would never ever even think about doing to other people. But it weren't me. He was trolling. I don't know the names of his troll things, and he thinks he's anonymous. I don't know. We get to that in a minute. But he was trolling people, and a 12-year-old girl, 12, not even a teenager, trolled on the internet by Malcolm Blackman and his friends, and she committed suicide. She killed herself because of Malcolm Blackman and his associates. Right? All day I've been saying I will not swear in this fucking video, yeah. But cunts like him, right? I am so angry I could swear all through the video because it's just nothing but fucking keywords. When I see Malcolm Blackman, right, he was. The first time I ever met him, right, he blagged his way in. He got thrown out of Bristol because he owed someone a fucking shitload of money for where he was staying and didn't pay him. So he had no choice, but he was homeless. And all of a sudden he heard that Ben Fellows, right, and Hannah, his girlfriend, we formed a walk of corruption. Right, now I put this on record, right. I knew Malcolm Blackman 2-3 years before that. I knew of him, never met him. Right, but I knew him. I knew what a cunt he was. I've sworn, this is about 3 or 4 times I've sworn in this video. And I'm in a place of establishment of Freemasons and all that. I'm swearing my cunt off because I'm surrounded by cunts. Yeah? You watched the Ben Bradshaw one before. Oh, cunts. Right. Anyway, where was I? Malcolm Blackman. He's a troll. He caused the death of a 12-year-old, and that's what we know about, right? But there was loads more than that. He done my head in enough to fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, this girl committed suicide. There's a lot more to it, there's a lot more links, but it's not about that. What I'm saying, at the minute, he's got so many people. It reminds me of the Sun, it reminds me of Murdoch. He comes out, it occupies St Paul's, that's where he was first established that he was some sort of fucking plastic protester, right? Now, I don't know, everyone I've spoken to, right, I went to Bilderberg and there was 600 people in this camp and most of them had been at Occupy St Paul's, and I never met anyone there because Malcolm Blackman said he was going to turn up at Bilderberg and I was going to confront him there and film him about what I'm about to say now. And I don't think I'm going to cover it all because I didn't make notes on my cunt. I've been so busy this week. Anyway, he didn't turn up at Bilderberg. Everyone I met at Bilderberg, they didn't have a good word to say about him. Everything they said was bad words. Yeah? No, I can't. Some of those people are anonymous. They are anonymous. I know for a fact they're anonymous. Yeah? And years ago, like, Malcolm Blackman joined Anonymous and we didn't like him. Yeah? I don't go around saying I'm anonymous, but I'm telling you what, all these fucking anonymous, I was there fucking 3-4 years before you. Windows 95, mate, I bet you didn't have that. Yeah, I was on that. Right, look, listen, mate. Malcolm Blackman, why will people follow Malcolm Blackman? If you're a submarine, I can understand it, but Malcolm Blackman, everywhere he goes, he shit on everyone, right? Now, if you can tell me, if you can get hold of me and tell me that he is a good man, I know that you've only known him about a week, right? Or you follow him on Facebook. I mean, I've known people on Facebook for 2-3 years. I meet them, I think, oh God, no, this guy's a fucking weirdo. You know what I mean? But it's only because they only ever say like, oh yeah, good link or whatever, and they say they like it, and you don't know what they're like. You know what I mean? You don't know what they're like. But I'm telling you, I know what Malcolm Blackman's like. I've known what it's just. Before, you know, the day Facebook started, he was on there fucking larding it up, and he's always larding it up. And I can't swear now because there's children coming, right? But when he was at Trafalgar Square, he went to Trafalgar Square and he's surrounded by old people who are respectable, and what they do all day is they chase paedophiles on the internet, right? And I'll get to it a bit in a minute, but he turned up at this and march at Trafalgar Square, which was, and anti-people, right? And all these people are respectful. I've got enough respect for these people. They sit on the internet all day and they find, and basically it's all on Facebook. They find grooming gangs on Facebook. They find paedophile pornography on Facebook. And I'll tell you, I know all these people. I've tried to help them and that, but I can't find it. But they sit there all day and they are dedicated. In their comments, I feel the fucking pain they're going through. That this country has got people appeasing fucking nonsense. Like Mount Blackman, he tells everyone that grooming gangs do not exist. He's saying what David Cameron says. He's saying what the Labour Party said. Labour Party are in charge of Rotherham. The first child's home that was privatised by the Labour Party was in Rotherham. And we all know what happened there. And Malcolm Blackman has got a fucking front to turn around and say grooming gangs do not exist. Malcolm Blackman, do you know how angry I am with you? If my producer wasn't standing there going, do not swear behind the camera. Next subject. Malcolm Blackman has... Ben Fellows had a good thing going. Whether you believe him or not is irrelevant, I don't care. I believed Ben Fellows at first. Everyone did, right? And I'll give him the benefit of the doubt now. His stories and that, but himself is a cunt. He's shit on everyone. It's just everyone who helps him. He's shit on them from a fucking great height. Stan, right? It was Stan who used to film for Bill Maloney. He used to film for him. Ben Fellows stayed at his house, right? Stan had, ESA, 80 quid a week. Ben Fellows stayed at his house and he's pouncing off him, right? But Stan was feeding him and everything. And then at night, he turned around and where they gone? They've gone down a pub to have a fucking pub dinner and spent about 50, 60 quid, which is about what Stan gets every week. He shit on him from a great height. Yeah? He's an old man, he's crippled, he's fucking ill. Ben, when I see you, what do you think's going to happen? Anyway, well, it's like, Ben Fellows done that to her. He's done it to the group of great people I was just talking about just now who trace paedophiles on the internet. He's done it to them. He's an uncouth fucker. That's Ben Fellows. He's shit on. There's people I know, they open their homes to him, they give him the key, they left the house with him, and he shit on them. Right? They're my friends. I knew them years before I knew you, Ben. Right? Yeah? They're peace-loving people. I'm not. When I see you, right? Malcolm Blackman's just the same. He shit. Back to Ben Fellows, really. They walked from Plymouth to London, and Ben Fellows had a walk of corruption from Plymouth to London. And Malcolm Blackman was homeless, so he latched onto it. He had nowhere else to go. He was destitute, right? And I warned everyone. To take fucking note of this, right? I warned everyone 4 or 5 days before, do not let that fucking two-faced that low-life fucking murdering scumbag, rapist cunt, fucking accused of it and got away with it. How's that work? Malcolm Blackman, because his name's not Joe Public, he hasn't changed it, check it. I've already said that, haven't I? It's shit on Ben Fellows. The whole of everyone who hated Malcolm Blackman like I do now, there's 100,000 people who hate him, probably 1 million, right? But there's people after him. I'm angry and I'm after him, and he knows that. He knew that from day one when I met him, right? But yeah, he's going to get fucked up. You can't walk around the streets working for the police, saying what David Cameron says and being a shill and having loads of fucking retards following you, like, oh yeah, Joe Public says this, Joe Public says that. He's not a fucking activist. If I wanted to organise a march, right, I'd say, shall we do this? Shall we unite and do this? That is how you do it. I'm not going to say, use like a fucking lame, you sit on your fucking arses or come with me. I'm the fucking, my God complex. That's what he says. He wants you to follow him. He wants you to give him your money. How many times have I asked you for money? Sometimes I'm skint, you know what I mean? I've got good people around me and and they learn me money and shit. I'm lucky. But sometimes I'm not. But him, he's a fucking leech. All he wants to do is, oh yeah, give me this, give me that. Yeah, and he talks a load of bollocks. Nothing relevant to you or me, right? You know what I mean? Money, we ain't got none. Yeah? Because that's them and us. Why would he stick with them? Yeah? Why would he say that there is no grooming gangs? Because they are us. Them working class girls and Hindu, Sikh, English, Polish, etc. all raped, child groomed and raped by them. When a child can't give their consent, that's rape, right? You know what I mean? So they're paedophiles, rapists. You can't ignore that, right? Even David Cameron can't ignore that, because Scotland Yard says yes, grooming gangs exist, institutional paedophiles exist, right? And that was the day. Do you know what David Cameron done? Scotland Yard was his bodyguard, so he bowled around, I got Scotland Yard behind me, right? And that day when you dirty two, you slags, you can't fucking betray your government. So he got his fucked new Scotland Yard bodyguards off, right? And he got the Ministry of Defence, military police. If you look, the people around him are military police now. It ain't even like, because basically the police are working class. Some of them have got compassion. There are police out there, and I'm talking to you, who know what. No, not conspiracies. I ain't talking about like, oh yeah, it's a conspiracy. I'm talking about, you know that you've signed the Official Secrets Act, right? And you're. It's not so much your jobs. It's what your job's worth. It's that you signed the Official Secrets Act. So they have got you're from the working class. It's them and us. It's all them and us. Yeah? You know what I mean? You got more than £10 million. You're one of them. Well, saying that, no, if I earned £10 million, £20 million, I'd still be us, because they wouldn't have me. I'd new money. Gone.